Coronation Street's Lisa Swain finally learned the truth about who killed Theo Silverton in tonight's episode, and her very stern warning in the aftermath has made things a lot more complicated. The latest installment started as Maria Connor went to visit Sarah Platt in prison, armed with the knowledge that her friend is the killer. She quizzed Sarah on why she went to Gary Windass for help rather than her own boyfriend Kit Green. Sarah insisted that she wasn't thinking straight, and that she'd never mentioned Gary's name, but Maria wasn't convinced. Lisa was the next one to visit Sarah in prison, inquiring about Maria's visit and revealing that police had obtained her phone records from the night. Sarah stated that she told Maria that she didn't kill Theo, but finally admitted to Lisa that she did. She told Lisa that she was attacked at number 8 after killing Theo, and when the phone call to Gary was brought up, she says she barely remembers doing it. "Oh, come on, Sarah, you just killed a man," an unimpressed Lisa replied. "You were terrified. So you called someone who cares about you. Gary's hardly squeaky clean, is he? You can bet he'd know how to cover up a murder." Sarah refused to budge, spinning a story about how she was asking Gary about some racing game to get one of the kids. While she did actually name an actual racing game, Forza, Lisa did not believe for a second that she'd have a conversation about something so trivial moments after killing someone. Later on, Sarah phoned Kit and told him that she wouldn't destroy anyone else's life, which meant keeping Gary's name out of it, and letting him go, although she made him promise to keep an eye on Harry and Bethany. She also warned Kit about Jody, telling him that woman's dangerous and to keep her away from the family. And then, in the episode's penultimate scene, Lisa called up Kit and told him to very carefully about who he's protecting. "I just need you to know what's at stake if you stand by Sarah," she warned. "Don't blow your life up over this, Kit." The Cobbles are once again plunged into chaos as Coronation Street builds toward another unforgettable week of drama. This time, the spotlight falls on Sarah Platt, whose emotional confession sends shockwaves through Weatherfield, while Detective Lisa Swain is forced to make a difficult decision that could change several lives forever. As guilt, fear, and suspicion collide, Lisa delivers a chilling warning that leaves everyone questioning who they can trust. Sarah reaches breaking point. For weeks, Sarah has struggled under the weight of a devastating secret. After appearing increasingly anxious and withdrawn, those closest to her begin to notice that something is seriously wrong. Friends assume she's simply exhausted from recent events, but the truth is far darker. Unable to cope with the pressure any longer, Sarah finally breaks down during an emotional confrontation. Fighting back tears, she admits that she believes she is responsible for a murder. Her shocking confession leaves everyone stunned. The room falls silent as Sarah desperately explains that everything spiraled out of control during a confrontation she never intended to become violent. Although her memory of the night remains fragmented, guilt has convinced her that she may have taken someone's life. Her confession quickly reaches Detective Lisa Swain, who immediately realizes the situation is far more complicated than anyone imagined. Lisa Swain refuses to jump to conclusions. Unlike many around her, Lisa doesn't immediately accept Sarah's confession as proof of guilt. Years of police experience have taught her that frightened people sometimes confess to crimes they didn't commit, particularly when trauma and grief cloud their judgment. Instead of rushing to make an arrest, Lisa begins carefully questioning Sarah about every detail of that fateful night. Small inconsistencies soon begin to emerge. Sarah remembers certain moments vividly, yet other crucial events remain frustratingly unclear. Lisa notices gaps in the timeline that simply don't make sense. Could Sarah be protecting someone? Or is someone manipulating her into believing she's guilty? The detective knows she cannot ignore either possibility. A serious warning. Recognizing how dangerous the situation has become, Lisa gathers those closest to Sarah and delivers a stern warning. She makes it clear that anyone withholding information could face serious consequences. The detective explains that even well-intentioned lies can derail a murder investigation, allowing the real truth to remain hidden. Her warning sends panic through several residents. Some exchange nervous glances. Others suddenly become reluctant to speak. Lisa can tell immediately that more than one person knows far more than they're admitting. The investigation takes a new turn. As officers revisit evidence from the crime scene, new discoveries begin challenging everything investigators believed. Forensic reports reveal details that don't entirely match Sarah's version of events. Witness statements also contain contradictions. One key witness insists they saw another mysterious figure leaving the scene shortly before emergency services arrived. The revelation changes everything. Rather than closing the case, Sarah's confession has opened an entirely new line of inquiry. Lisa now suspects multiple people may have been present during the incident. David fears the worst. News of Sarah's confession spreads quickly through the Platt family. David is devastated. Having watched his sister struggle emotionally, he desperately wants to believe she's innocent. However, Sarah's emotional state makes it difficult to know what's real and what's simply overwhelming guilt. David privately urges Sarah to tell Lisa absolutely everything. No more secrets, he insists. But Sarah remains terrified. She fears that revealing the complete truth could destroy another person's life forever. Hidden secrets begin to surface. Lisa's investigation uncovers long-buried tensions between several Weatherfield residents. Old arguments suddenly take on new significance. Phone records reveal unexpected late-night calls. Security footage captures suspicious movements. Financial transactions raise fresh questions. Each new clue points investigators in a different direction. Instead of simplifying the mystery, every answer creates even more questions. Lisa begins wondering whether Sarah has become the victim of an elaborate cover-up. Sarah starts doubting herself. As the investigation continues, Sarah's confidence in her own memories begins to crumble. She starts questioning whether she actually witnessed events, or whether someone else's version of the story has slowly become her own. The psychological pressure becomes overwhelming. Flashbacks interrupt her daily life. Sleepless nights leave her emotionally exhausted. Every knock at the door makes her fear the police have arrived to arrest her. Despite Lisa treating her fairly, Sarah cannot escape the crushing belief that prison may be her future. Lisa spots an important clue. While reviewing evidence late into the evening, Lisa notices something investigators previously overlooked. A seemingly insignificant detail suddenly fits perfectly with another witness statement. The breakthrough completely changes her understanding of the timeline. If Lisa's theory is correct, Sarah physically couldn't have committed the murder in the way she described. Someone else must have been involved. Rather than announcing her discovery publicly, Lisa quietly continues gathering evidence. She knows confronting the wrong suspect too early could destroy the investigation. Panic spreads across Weatherfield. Rumors begin spreading rapidly throughout the street. Some residents believe Sarah is guilty. Others insist she's being framed. Friendships become strained as people argue over what really happened. Several residents begin wondering whether the killer is still walking freely among them. The growing uncertainty creates an atmosphere of fear across the community. Even those with no direct connection to the investigation become increasingly nervous. An emotional family confrontation. The Platt family eventually gathers for an emotional discussion. Sarah apologizes repeatedly for dragging everyone into the nightmare. Her loved ones reassure her that whatever happened, they'll face it together. But not everyone is convinced. One family member quietly questions whether Sarah is telling the whole truth. The accusation sparks another heated argument, leaving relationships hanging by a thread. Lisa faces a difficult choice. As pressure mounts from her superiors, Lisa is instructed to move the investigation forward. Some officers believe Sarah's confession provides enough evidence for formal charges. Lisa disagrees. She insists there are still too many unanswered questions. Ignoring the inconsistencies could result in the wrong person being punished while the real killer escapes justice. It's a risky position. If she's wrong, her career could suffer. But if she's right, patience could uncover the truth. A shocking twist looms. Just as Sarah begins believing Lisa might actually clear her name, another unexpected revelation threatens everything. Fresh evidence suddenly emerges. Someone comes forward with information they've kept hidden for weeks. Their testimony has the potential to completely rewrite the investigation. Whether it proves Sarah's innocence, or confirms everyone's worst fears, remains uncertain. One thing, however, is clear. The biggest twists are still to come. What happens next? With Lisa refusing to accept easy answers and Sarah trapped between guilt and uncertainty, Coronation Street looks set to deliver another gripping mystery packed with emotional performances, unexpected revelations, and nail-biting suspense. As hidden secrets continue to surface, viewers can expect alliances to be tested, families torn apart, and shocking truths finally brought into the light. Will Lisa uncover the real story before it's too late? Is Sarah confessing to a crime she never committed? Or is an even darker secret waiting to explode onto the cobbles? Fans won't want to miss a single episode as this explosive storyline continues to unfold, promising plenty of suspense, emotional confrontations, and dramatic twists that could change Weatherfield forever. Will he listen to his coworker, or continue to risk everything? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.